This video is to explain seventh chords and the different type of sevenths that we have. So again, this is just something that needs to be memorized. For example, that you should have memorized what intervals make up a major triad, a minor triad, a diminished triad, and an augmented triad. It's the same sort of thing. So once you know what makes up those sort of base triads, then you need to remember the intervals that go over the top to turn it into different types of sevenths. So naturally occurring, like diatonic, that's what it means, naturally occurring within a major scale. The tonic is going to be a major seventh. We're going to have a minor seventh for chord 2, chord 3 is also a minor seventh, chord 4 is a major seventh, chord 5 is dominant seventh, chord 6 is a minor seventh, chord 7 is half diminished seventh, and chord 1 or chord 8 is a major seventh. So you can either write it like this in this line here, or for major seventh you can write a little triangle. You can write minor seventh like that, or an M7 like that. You can write G7, or whatever letter it is of your chord, and just put a 7 right there to indicate a dominant seventh. And half diminished is like a little diminished sign but with a line through it. So it's not imperative at the moment for your exam to memorize where these naturally occur, but you need to be able to look at a chord and decide what type of seventh chord it is. So let's have a look at these different seventh chords here. So these are all based on a C major triad, or a C triad, I guess. They're based on different ones underneath. So this first one, we can see that it's got a C major chord in it, C, B, G, and then it's got a B over the top of it. So this is our major seventh. So it's just a major triad. We know that C, E, G is a major triad, okay? And then we have a major seventh on the top of that. So that's our major seventh. So our dominant seventh is built on a major triad as well, but it has a minor seventh on top. So we've got a major triad, C, E, G, and then we've got a minor seventh. So if you know how to work out the quality of your chords and you know how to count intervals, then you should be able to work out your sevenths fairly easily as you have it memorized. So memorize which ones are built with a major triad at the bottom. So that's major and dominant. The difference between them is a major triad has a major seventh, a dominant triad has a minor seventh. So then we want to look at what's next. So we have a minor triad with a minor seventh, which is our minor seventh chord. So we have C, E flat, G, so we know that's a minor triad. And then from C to B flat is a minor seventh, because a B flat is a semitone lower than a major seventh. Okay, so that's our only seventh chord built on a minor triad. So then we move on to half diminished sevenths. So half diminished and diminished are both based on diminished triads. So if you see a diminished triad, C, E flat, G flat, you know it's going to be either one of them. The difference is that half diminished has a minor seventh, okay, like this one here, same seventh on top, same note, but depends what chord's underneath. Okay, that's a half diminished, and then our just diminished one has a diminished seventh as well on top. So we have C, E flat, G flat, B double flat. Sounds like that. So it's really just memorizing the quality of your chords, memorizing how to work out intervals, and then memorizing what triad plus what seventh equals, a major seventh, etc. It's important that you remember the rules for using seventh triad chords, seventh chords as well. So for major sevenths, if the note in the melody is the tonic of the major chord, don't extend it to a seventh. Minor seventh, pretty much use whenever you want. A dominant seventh sounds bad if it's overused, so really we mainly save this for cadences. So like a perfect cadence 5-1, you could do 5-7-1. Generally there's only one that naturally occurs in each key on the 5th degree of the scale, and half diminished is built on the 7th degree of the scale, so really you'd only use it in the middle of chord 4 and chord 3. So I guess the main ones you'd use when harmonizing a melody would be a major seventh and a minor seventh, or maybe a dominant seventh if you're doing a cadence.